How to get thick, healthy hair after 50. Hi, Sophie here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. It's a lifestyle channel where I give you a lot of tips to help you stay healthy, happy, and feel young and gorgeous after the age of 50. So today I am focusing on how to get ahead of thick, healthy, lustrous hair after 50. And this, I've had a lot of questions about this, so I'm excited to just take you through the basics. So what we're going to cover, because I'm a board certified nutritionist, number one, the foods to eat for thick, lustrous, healthy hair. Then we're going to touch on hair dye, because I dye my hair, shocker. Then we're going to touch on hair care products. And finally, and stick around to the end, because I know you're really going to want these little tips at the end, is all about essential oils to boost hair growth. So let's dive in with the foods to eat for healthy hair. But actually, just before I get to that, as is the case with almost everything I touch on, let's deal with underlying causes. So underlying causes of hair thinning. Now, when I'm talking about thinning hair, I'm not talking about alopecia. So the difference is that sort of hormonal or thinning hair as we get older tends to be a sort of general thinning. And you just notice, oh, my hair looks a little thinner, or it looks brittle, or it looks dry, or it doesn't sort of look quite like it used to. Maybe you're just noticing a bit more hair loss, either in your brush, when you're brushing out your hair, on your pillow, whatever. So that's what I'm talking about. Whereas alopecia is characterized, and those of you who have it will know, by these patches of hair loss, which can be really distressing. And I'm going to, again, touch on that a little bit when I get to supplements, which I'm also going to cover. So general thinning of the hair can be indicative of a low firing thyroid. That was a bit of a tongue twister, low firing thyroid, but it really can be. So one of the first things I would recommend that you do if you're experiencing thinning hair, and also thinning of the outer quadrant of your eyebrow, that is a real red flag for those who might need to look at your hormone levels, and just sort of check that your hormone gland is firing on all cylinders. So that's one test that I would recommend getting tested, but also low and diminishing hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone can all lead to thinning of the hair as we get older. So that's just another piece of the puzzle. And again, if you've come to this video and you're like, Sophie, I've really got this mega thinning hair, then I would recommend that you go and have those levels checked. But just generally now, we're talking about, we've got our hair's not, I'm just imagining that your hair's not dramatically thinning, you're over 50 or getting to that age, and you're like, I really want to have this lovely, full, lustrous head of hair. So I am 100% convinced that a diet, or what you eat, has a massive amount to do with it. Being a nutritionist, I'll always look to food as my first line of defense, and I'll look to food over supplements, because when you're consuming whole foods, you're eating the food in the way that God intended for your digestive system to digest them. They're in their whole beautiful natural form, and your body will do a much better job of absorbing those bioavailable foods. Whereas when we go to supplements, it's a little more tricky. And the great news is that there are very specific foods to eat to get a full head of healthy hair and keep it there. And when I was doing the research to this video, one of the things that I was so excited about was the foods that actually have the evidence science behind them to promote health growth are the exact foods that I personally eat almost every single day. So I was like, yes. And I also have to say that my hairstylist and my hair colorist, I should say, always says to me, Sophie, despite the fact that, we have dye in your hair, and I give my hair a lot of abuse, hair tools, curling irons, blow dryers and whatnot, it is pretty healthy. She's always like, it's in really good shape. And I am convinced that's because of the food. So let's talk about those foods now. All right. Food number one that you want to be eating every single day is ground flax seed. Now, I feel so passionate about flaxseed that I've actually created an entire video on ground flaxseed, how to buy it, store it, prepare it, yada yada. I will link to it underneath this video. But to shortcut it right here, all you need to do is to add 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed into your diet every single day. And a really easy way to do that is to pop it in your morning smoothie. That's what I do every single morning because it just disappears and it's gone. If you don't drink a smoothie, or the days when you miss a smoothie, you could sprinkle it on granola, sprinkle it on oatmeal or porridge or whatever you want to do. But either way, because it contains your omega-3 fatty acids and lignans, which are really, really important for disease prevention, but also for beautiful hair and skin. All right, food number 2 is nuts, but very specifically walnuts. So I'm a huge fan of all sorts of different nuts. And remember, variety is the key. Don't just stick with one nut, like, oh, almonds are the thing, or, pistachios are the thing, because each nut has a different compound in it for different things for your health. But specifically, if I had to pick one for hair health, it's going to be the walnut. So walnuts are delicious. They are so packed full of omega-3 fatty acids and really healthy oils, for your hair and for your skin and your nails, but very specifically your hair. Always buy them raw, so not dry roasted or salted, and keep them in the fridge or the freezer, because nuts go rancid quite quickly. If you buy a big, bag of them, keep them in there. What I do is I just take out a handful before use. I very quickly dry roast them in a skillet, or I throw them in the oven. It crunches them up. It releases the delicious flavor. Easy, done and done. Okay, next food is seeds. Every kind of seed, my friends. You've got to make friends with seeds for beautiful hair. Seeds are little power packs of nutrition, and they're full of these healthy oils. You see, we need our healthy fats for our hair, for all of our cell membranes, but very much for our hair. But healthy fats are going to be from whole food, plant-based sources, and one of the best is seeds. So think of sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds, every seed that you can think of. You might want to buy them sprouted. That makes them a little more digestible. You can buy sprouted pumpkin and sunflower seeds. They're so delicious for a crunchy snack. You can make granola with them. You can sprinkle them on salads. You can just have them as a snack. But that is a fast track to beautiful, beautiful hair. All right, another food is spinach. So spinach, of course, is full of iron, and iron is important to promote hair growth. But if you're over 50, you want to be a little bit careful that you're not getting too much iron, because obviously post-menopause, we don't want to be loading up on all this iron. And some of us, and this is a little known fact, can actually store too much iron, which can be extremely deleterious to your health. I found out that I'm somebody who stores a lot of iron, so I have to be really careful. But eat your spinach rather than taking supplements, and sun-dried tomatoes also have a lot of iron in them. Now, if you're somebody who feels you do need a little more iron to make the iron more bioavailable, you always want to eat it with vitamin C. Vitamin C makes it more bioavailable. So think spinach and strawberry salad. Right? Delicious. Or you could do spinach and just gently steamed or sauteed with some red bell peppers, very high in vitamin C. So you can see how pairing these foods, and oftentimes how they have been paired, for many years in traditional cuisines, is what releases these compounds. It's just magical. All right, next food is sweet potatoes. I was so happy when I was doing my research that sweet potatoes were on this list of a food that really promotes, the vitamin A. This is what we really want here. And, in that beautiful orange pigment, Best way, healthiest way, steam them, mash them. I have to admit, I'm a huge fan of sweet potato fries. That's my biggest weakness, a huge bowl of them covered in salt. I'm done. I'm not a chocolate girl, I'm a salty, fatty girl. But obviously that's a once in a while treat. But I do eat sweet potatoes in salads, in Buddha bowls, in, various different forms. I absolutely love them. And they also make delicious desserts too. All right, next food is, and we're almost to the end of the foods now, is avocados. Another food that I'm so thrilled was on that list because I'm a big avo eater. I like my avocado toast. I live in Southern California. Luckily, we have a lot of avocados, but everybody can get them now pretty much. But they contain vitamin E. So this lovely natural form of vitamin E, half an avocado a day for most people. And don't be afraid, because I can almost hear as I'm saying this, a lot of people going, oh, but you're talking about these foods that are so high in calories, Sophie, the nuts, the avocados, the sweet potatoes. But don't worry about it. If you're eating a whole food plant-based diet and you're following all the different other tips that I give in my videos, you're not going to gain weight. These are necessary fats. These are necessary nutrients. There's no point being stick thin if you've got sort of thin, brittle hair and everything, and you're not healthy. We want this lustrous, body and hair and nails and shiny eyes and all that good stuff. So I think I've covered all the foods. I'm just going to quickly look at my checklist over here. Oh no, I haven't. There's 2 more and it's vitally important. All right, organic soybeans, very, very important. All beans actually are really important, but I'm just going to check my list here. Yes, because it's this funny word. It's called spermidine. It has a compound in its soybeans, spermidine, which is particularly important. The evidence-based science has shown us for hair growth. Organic soybeans, your edamame beans. And if anybody watching is like, oh my gosh, she's telling us to eat soy, it's so unhealthy, and you've believed that myth, because it is an internet myth, I'm going to make this really easy for you. I'm posting a link underneath this video on who shouldn't eat soy, and that will answer all of your questions. Please watch it if you're in that camp of going, I shouldn't eat soy, because soy can be very preventative for breast cancer. And this is important because I am speaking to women who are over 50. I'm in my mid-50s, so it's a big passion of mine to make this information right. And then finally, beans of all kinds. So, whether you're eating pinto or black or navy beans or butter beans or whatever it is, eat those beans. They contain that really healthy plant-based protein, but they also contain the vitamins and minerals, which are really important for hair growth. Phew! That maybe should have been its own video, but no, we're going on. And remember, I need you to stick around to the end, because you never know, it might be the last tip that I give you with the essential oils that might be the one that moves the needle for you. But now let's talk about hair care, and I'm going to touch on hair dye. So a lot of women have asked me, since I've been doing videos on YouTube and my blog and Facebook and everything else, Sophie, what's your hair color? Let's talk about hair color. So yes, I do dye my hair. Now, here's the thing about hair dye. Hair dyes, home dyes or salon dyes, permanent, semi-permanent, I don't care what kind of dye it is, can contain ingredients that can be harmful to your health. There is no doubt about it. I had to look long and hard to find a brand, and I found a couple of brands that met my criteria for being ones that weren't going to harm my health, to take to my colorist. So if you go to a colorist and you go to a salon, you might want to check out. Now, here's what I'm going to do for you. So whether you dye your hair at home or you go to somebody, underneath the video, I'm going to list several different brands that meet my criteria that don't contain those deleterious ingredients or compounds. So you can check that out. It's just easier, honestly, for me to put that list, because otherwise we're getting into a 40-minute video here. So that's easy for you. The one thing I will say is the one red flag to watch out for, whether you dye your hair at home or have it done in a salon, is something called over-sensitization or sensitization. And what happens is that women, and often women who are a little bit older, like over 40, 45, if you've been dyeing your hair for a long time, overnight you can experience this sensitization, which means you'll put on your dye and your scalp will burn so much eyes water, itching, burning. You're like, what is going on? And it means that your body has finally gone, whoa, it's overload now. And this happens to us in lots of different ways with the chemical overload that comes to our body, whether it's through food, the environment, but in this case, hair dye. If that happens to you, you need to stop dyeing your hair for a while and or look for a very, very gentle alternative. Okay, so now let's talk about shampoo and conditioner. Now, this was a hard one for me in doing this video because I test so many different shampoos and conditioners, but I'm going to show you my absolute favorite. If I'm really talking about, for me, I don't have hair extensions. This is my hair. It is pretty thick. It is very healthy considering to what I do to it. And I've told you that I put that down partly to food, but I want to show you my hair care because I think that also has a lot to do with it. All right, so two products, one brand called Bogavia, and Bogavia I really love. It's a high-end luxury line, but a little goes a long way, and I'm so telling you it's worth it to invest if you really care about lustrous locks. So it is their pure strengthening shampoo. I spoke to Alison, who is the owner of this company, and I said, Alison, I love your product so much. I'm going to put you in this video. What are the two products, because she has quite a few, that you would recommend for women over 50, who want to have thick hair? And she said the strengthening shampoo, because ladies, we want to get away from that brittle hair, right? That's sometimes the kind of giveaway as we get older, and a little tip here is always wear a sun hat, always, because it's not just your skin on your face, it's very much your hair as well. Too much sun on your hair, that UV damage can really beat the heck out of your hair and make it very brittle. So strengthening, but this is the magic key for me, this one, which is deep. It's the Bogavia Deep Conditioning Hair Treatment. It's beautiful, a Valencia vanilla, completely non-toxic, very gentle scent. But it's meant to be a hair treatment, but full disclosure, I use it as a conditioner, so it's not like my once-a-week treatment. When I wash my hair, I put a little bit in the palm of my hand. I add water, little goes a long way. I massage it through from about here to the ends. I get a wide tooth comb in the shower, warm water, comb it through. Then I do an ice cold rinse to, seal the hair cuticle. Done and done. And finally, I'll just show you my whole little routine. Then this is a brand called Evolve H, another hair care brand that I love. You can check. They have different lines for, curly hair or thin hair or whatever, completely non-toxic. Such a brilliant line in every respect. I haven't got time to go into it. I've done other videos showing this, but this is the Smart Volume leave-in conditioner. And why I love this is it's almost like a 3-in-1. So it conditions, it volumizes, and it's a heat treatment. So you're ready to blow dry and curl or whatever you do to your hair, which I do, all the above. And finally, what I will use is the Bogavia Weightless Hair Serum. This is a genius serum because it's not oily. And if you tend to slightly brittle, dry, or thinning hair, then you really don't want to put an oily serum on. It just makes it look lank and kind of weird. You want to keep it all sort of zhuzhed up, but of course we love a serum just to tame those little frizzy flyaways or whatever. That's what you need. And what I'm showing you today in this hair care is, unlike a lot of hair care at the very expensive ones at the department stores, the drug stores, the high-end beauty stores, a lot of these lines contain silicones, and what happens is these silicones coat the hair cuticle, and they're marketed as getting rid of frizz and damaged hair, but they're just coating your hair with this thick cuticle, and eventually you get a build up, which is why those lines do a clarifying shampoo, because they know you've got to clarify all that gunk out of your hair, right? The brands that I'm showing you do not contain silicones. Right, finally, I want to show you this, because being a Miss Gorgeously Green channel, it would be remiss of me not to show a hair care line that is so green and sustainable and eco-friendly, it isn't even funny. Plus their formulations are beautiful, and it is called Plain Products. And this is so genius. They come in these really great, like, little metal bottles. When you're done, it says return me in big letters. You return them, they refill, and they send it back to you. How cool. For my zero waste ladies and gents out there, please check out this brand, because I love what they're doing to help our planet. All right, and then finally, just a quick little shout out because it is a brand I absolutely love, and I've tried them and I love them. They send me them to test, and I tried it and I just loved it. It's Anne Marie, and it's their Sweet Sunrise conditioner and shampoo, and they come in these little metal bottles, which are great for travel. All right, so we're almost to the end of the video. Now I want to touch on, I want to show you one more thing here. So this is a brand, this is going a little bit off piste here, but this is a brand called Crea. Now Crea and I haven't got their product, which is a product that you can put in your hair and your scalp to promote hair growth. It's got a very unusual herb in it, which apparently has incredible results. I haven't tried it myself, but it is worth looking into because they're completely natural. Obviously, I'm going to link to all this underneath the video. But this caught my interest, and I'm about to try it, and I will do an update when I have tried it, is their eyebrow. It's the same herb, but they're putting in an eyebrow formulation, and I wanted to show that because for us ladies, you know, who are getting a little thinner on the outer eyebrow as we get older, it could be something you might want to look into. All right, finally, we're there. Essential oils. So for those of you who know me, you'll know that I'm a big essential oil fan. I use it in many different areas of my life. They're so multifunctional, but for hair, it's something very specific that you might want to look into. Now, there are 5 essential oils that have evidence behind them to show that they could be helpful for hair growth and healthy, thick, healthy hair. So let me remember. Okay, number 1, peppermint, rosemary, lavender, cedarwood, and clary sage. I will list them underneath the video. I have 4 of them actually here right now in this brand called Organic Aromas that I really like. Now, how to use them. So here's what I'm going to recommend. Get yourself some coconut oil, unrefined coconut oil. Put about 2 teaspoons in the palm of your hand. Add I do 5 to 7 drops of one of those oils, or you could do a mixture of 2 or 3 of them. Make a paste. Then you're going to massage it into your scalp. Okay, you can take it all the way through your hair because coconut oil is honestly one of the best hair masks. In my experience, for damaged hair, it's better than argan oil and a lot of those other oils that are marketed for our hair. I think coconut oil is the best. So you'll massage it in, take it through to the end of your hair. I would leave it overnight if you can. So maybe one of those little terry cloth turbans, you know, put a towel on your pillow so you don't get that oil on your pillowcase. And then you'll wash it out in the morning, couple of washes, because you've got to get all that coconut oil out, and your hair will look beautiful, but it is actually doing something for your actual hair growth in your hair follicle. And one of the most powerful essential oils in terms of that I've done a lot of research for the evidence is peppermint essential oil. And I will actually link to a video that I did about that specifically for those with thinning who are worried about thinning hair. So you can check that out. So that is it. That's it from me. I really hope those tips helped you. I'm absolutely confident to say that, you know, if you follow those tips, and again, everything is a full lifestyle. You know, I'm a holistic nutritionist, so it's not just what you eat, it's not just what you put on your hair, it's everything. It's sleep, it's hormones, it's what you eat, it's how you exercise. It's a full rounded package that will give you the beautiful hair, the beautiful skin, etc. So if you're interested in this kind of, you know, advice and the tips and tools that I give, particularly for women over 50, please check out some of my other videos. I think you're really going to enjoy having a little bit of a browse. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. Leave me any comments or questions, and I'll see you the next time.